Our next reader is Gezahegn Mekonnen Demissie, a friend for some time now. He is the current chair of the Writers-in-Exile Committee of PEN Canada. He is an award-winning journalist, writer, and filmmaker, and founding member of PEN Ethiopia. He is an award-winning journalist. He was born in Addis Ababa. I've always looked upon you as a doctor. Mr. Demissie lives in exile in Toronto, where he edits the community journal New Perspectives and hosts New Perspective, a radio show podcast. In 2019, he wrote and directed a short documentary for CBC titled Tizita, and was awarded the Community Championship Award 2021 by the federal MP Arif Virani. So, Gezahegn? Okay.
Okay, thank you very much for your generous introduction, Keith. So my story is titled The Era of Sisyphus. The title of my story is Era of Sisyphus. I wrote this story 1 year before I came to Canada from Ethiopia. It was published in an anthology of short stories under the title Longing for Tomorrow by PEN Ethiopia. It was originally published in Amharic, my mother tongue. It's a story of an oppressed people in an ethnic apartheid system, a story of nepotism, a story of corruption, injustice, and immigration. I'm not reading the whole story here, just an excerpt which mainly shows two characters arguing about immigration and some parts of the end part of the story. First, thank you, Andre. Makbub, the site engineer, switched on his transistor radio and raised himself from his bed, yawning widely. Oh, my spirits, please be lifted. Oh, my mind, please wander about far afield. For otherwise, I can't survive in this epoch. Who was this singer? Makbub asked himself. Yet, he was moving with the rhyme of the musical string and the melody unknowingly. Unless you walk far from the hometown, unless you leave your dad and your beloved mom, you will be bored soon and avoid them. In due course, conflict may surface. Excited with the music, Makbub continued to sing with the vocalist. Then he moved to his computer to continue his conversation with his friend, virtually. He immediately found his friend online, who lived in England in a refugee camp. It was Haftom. How are you, my friend? A greeting message emerged online as a shooting star. I heard that our friend, the poet, died. He was such a rigid man to die there, said Haftom. Oh, Haftom, he died long ago. Sorry, I didn't tell you that. And many other friends have also already died. Not to mention all those who are dying while alive physically. One of them is me. Our friend is lucky to die instead of becoming solo in this life. This is a useless life. Our friend escaped the indignities. And Makbub continues. It's not disgusting that we are concerned about whether we have enough to eat and drink after having graduated from university? Did you remember how we covered our daily expenses when we were here? When you were here? We used to contribute coins. When we, the citizens, were counting our pennies, some people with government connections were gambling in tens or hundreds or thousands of birr under the same roof. These are the privileged people of a corrupt system. But are we not the living dead? Haftom replied. I left our country because I couldn't endure the disgusting life you are talking about. However, it's worse here. I'm living in a refugee camp receiving subsistence. It's awful. No, Houghton. I think yours is better. You shouldn't complain while you are helped by others without doing anything yourself. We are working day and night in our own country, but we are not able to earn enough for our daily bread. We are simply spectators at the food table, only viewers of the wealthy diners. How do you not have enough? Asked Houghton. How? A good question. We are working day in, day out, and we don't save a penny at the end of the month. But you see, you are aid recipient. You are not expected to save. You don't need also to complain. Here we toil day and night, but it's only after a big fight that our employers pay us our salary. They tell us that they have no money to be deposited to pay our salaries. What can you do? To whom can you present your appeal? No, argued Houghton. At least you can change your job if you don't like it. You are not confined to only one place. Here we can't move from the camp. Could you please do me a favor of getting me from this shackle? Could you find me a certificate that testifies that I was a member of an opposition party while I was at home? That might get me out. How foolish are you, Houghton? Why should I send you such a document? If I am able to get it, I will use it myself to get out of this country. Please, Macbeth, be serious. Your employer is one of the privileged persons in the present government. Be patient and do your job. If you are in a good terms with him, sooner or later, you will be a rich person like your employer. Poor Houghton. You don't know who I am. If I were that low and dishonorable, I could have climbed very far stepping on people. I would prefer to remain poor rather than clinging to somebody else. I would prefer to starve to death rather than becoming affluent in a dishonorable way. How can you go against social circle? Do you want to live all your life pushing rocks like the story of Sisyphus, who had to live under the curse of the gods? Didn't you hear what Albert Camus said? Sisyphus' pleasure may be derived out of moving the rocks. Let's not assume Sisyphus thought he was cursed. The question is, why does our time resemble a cursed era? Yes, you are right, Houghton replied. We say all persons are equal. The reality is different. Indeed, I thought I came to a country where everybody was equal. Still, there is no equality, even in England. The truth is like all are equal, but some are more equal than others. That's true, my friend. Rather, let me invite you to listen to a song I heard just this morning. You need to move across quickly. You need to rise early and be alert. Tied up by the chains of life, you can't move further. You remain still. Please move ahead while there is light, not to regret later when it's too late. When the music was over, Macbeth stared at his laptop. Just then, Charnet, his co-worker, entered Macbeth's office and declared, "He will learn it today. We will see it today." Charnet bragged loudly. He carried his rock crusher on his shoulder. Macbeth raised his eyes from the laptop with panic. "You left the work and came here? Why? I told you I told you I would call you later. Now go back and mind your own business," Macbeth pleaded. "No, you won't call me. You will help your filthy rich boss escape. I will be here and wait for him. If you are not happy about my presence here, let me wait for him outside," Charnet said. "Please trust me. I will call you when the man comes." and you will talk to him, said Macbeth, by trying to calm him down. No, today is the last day. I can't wait anymore. He must pay us. Charnoth didn't finish the dialogue. A very horrifying chaos was heard from outside. Both Macbeth and Charnoth rushed outside. Day laborers encircled a spot, shouting loudly. Macbeth and Charnoth saw a woman lying on the ground covered with blood. It was Tanesh, a woman who carried semen to the upper floors. A man with a scar on his forehead reached down and felt her neck for her pulse. He looked up at the others and shook his head. She's gone. What happened to her? How did this happen? Macbeth yelled, overwhelmed with shock. The old ladder, the man with the scar replied. It was drenched by rainwater for a long time. It collapsed and she fell down from the top floor. Charnoth screamed madly. Oh, my sister, you ended up with such a tragedy? It was the unsafe ladder that finished her, another man from the crowd cried. Macbeth was in an unspeakable state of mind. He was about to phone his boss, but just then, the boss arrived in his Mercedes. Macbeth, what the hell is going on here? What are you gathered here? Why are you gathered here? The boss asked angrily. Then, for the first time, the boss noticed the body of the woman on the ground. The crowd didn't wait for Macbeth's answer. They all yelled at the boss. You are destroying us. We labor for nothing. The conditions have always been unsafe. You don't pay us, but you are killing us. All right. You can talk turn by turn. You are telling me the woman threw herself down? Said the boss carelessly. He was waving his car keys uncaringly forward his punch. Macbeth spoke up. The ladder was unsafe. It broke and she fell to her death. That's too bad, said the boss casually. Charnoth confronted the boss. For heaven's sake, don't you sympathize with this poor woman, at least at this moment? Don't you fear God? You don't pay our wage. Your equipment is unsafe and now you scorn us when we are dying. Charnoth was furious. It was the boss' turn to be angry. He gaped at Macbeth. How dare you let the laborer speak like that to me? He turned to others. Now go away, all of you. Mind your own business. Disperse to your respective duties. Hurry up, said the boss. He had paid no attention to what Charnoth had said. Macbeth, get her out of here. Nobody noticed how fast Charnoth jumped up like a leopard with his rock crusher and hit the man on the head. After the first blow, the boss looked shocked. After the second, he fell to the ground, dropping his car keys. After the third, like the woman, he too was gone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gezahegn. It's very dramatic. Are there any questions about this story? I could just ask you briefly, what were the roots of this story? Did you experience conditions like this?
Yes. As a journalist, I was watching such horrible stories in Addis Ababa and in many parts of Ethiopia. And because of the corruption and because of the ethnic problem, there are so many dramatic things happening. Even life is more than fiction. It's sometimes the life itself is beyond imaginable. It's very, very, very tough. There is no justice. Once something like this happened, nobody cares. And the justice system is not working for people like these ones. So yes. It's very horrible. Yeah.
and corruption too. Okay. Well, thank you very much. That was very soul-disturbing story. Thank you very much, and we'll move on.
Thank you very much. Thank you.